Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Are you sure? Can you guys hear me back here? You're good. I'm not worried about you. I'm yelling in your face. I had to adjust my speaker because we're live. Hi, guys. So we are live on YouTube tonight, which makes this even more fun because I'm painting with a lot more people. Yeah, it's right above your head. So my mic is a little quieter in here. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. You guys good? All right. Welcome to my little paintbrush. I'm so excited to see some of you here I've never met. And then faces I haven't seen in forever. I'm so glad you're here. This is one of my favorite paintings. It's an oldie but goodie. We did this our first year here. So 5 years ago? Yeah. And it's one of my favorites. I'm so glad we get to do it again. You guys get to change your colors if you want, okay? I gave you all the colors that I'm going to be using, but Miss Paige over here, my floor gal, she's phenomenal. She's been painting with me since, like, forever, feels like, since you were itty bitty. She is so awesome, okay? She knows our product like no one else. So if you need help, please hit her up. She can also get you different colors if you want. So if you guys want to change it up, raise your hand, don't be shy. Paige will come running and she'll get you any colors. We have the whole rainbow over there, okay? So you can also mix the colors I've given you. You have the primary colors on your plate, so you can pretty much do anything with those, right? All right, so I am Miss Sarah. If I didn't mention before, I love to paint. It's my favorite thing. This is my happy place, my therapy. So I hope you guys enjoy it tonight and don't stress out too much. When did you sneak in here? Didn't even see you. One of our helpers is painting with us tonight. So, yep, we have 3 brushes we're going to be using, right? You guys have 3 brushes. Some of you brought your own brushes, which is awesome. You ladies. If you brought your own brushes, cool. Use them. If you have ours, you probably have a large flat, right? Hopefully. And you have a medium flat. And then you should have a detail. Okay? We tried to give you the best. If you need a different brush, let us know, okay? You should have 2 jars. Everyone have 2 jars? I'm going to tell you why. If you don't know, one's for rinsing. It's going to get super dirty. The other one's to double check. So if we go from a dark color to a really light color, you'll want to double check your brush. So just make sure that one of those jars isn't too contaminated, okay? You want to keep it pretty clean. Yeah? Okay, who knows our rules? Number 1. Have fun. No. That's not number 1. Number 1, have fun, all right? Shake out the stress of life, all right? We're here to enjoy ourselves. Number 2, 60%, all right? I'll explain. When you are creating with acrylic paint, we build, and you're not going to see the finished product till the very end, all right? About halfway through, you will not like it, most likely. So we encourage you to move on at 60%. You'll like it 60%. You're going to move on, okay? And I promise at the end you'll probably love it. So let's get started. Enough talking, right? Let's grab our biggest flat brush. We're going to put it in some water. Hopefully everybody can see my fingers. Yeah? Everybody have a good seat? Okay. Let's put some water on that brush. I'm going to switch my view here for all our folks online. And I'm just going to tap it on my jar, okay? Just want to loosen up the bristles. There we go. Now with this painting, we do something called blending, and it's really fast. So don't panic. Have fun with this, okay? We're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to move down pretty quickly. I gave you a horizon line. This is the sky. This is the lake, okay? All right, and they're going to mirror each other. So we're going to start from the top and move to our horizon line pretty quick, because if we don't and our paint starts to dry, they're not going to blend together very well, and you'll see hard lines, okay? And the goal is to try and blend them. You with me? You're with me. Okay, here we go. So first things first, let's grab some dark blue on the, just blue, no white. We're just going to put some blue right there on our brush. We're going to start at the very, very top of our canvas, so reach up tall. Okay, and we're going to do long strokes, side to side, reaching all the way across, okay? All the way across, side to side. Fill in all those spots. If you start getting white pockets, I want you to fill them in. Okay. There we go. Side to side. I'm going to keep moving down. Going about, let's see, how far is that? A third? Okay, about third way down. Reach around the sides of your canvas at this point and paint the sides. See the sides of my canvas? They're all painted. We call this wrapping. Okay, and the top. So reach up tall, paint the top and your sides as you go. That makes it beautiful, so you don't even have to put a frame on it. It's just already looking ready to be displayed because we're all going to display this, right? Okay, I'm not going to rinse my brush at this point. I'm going to go to one of my piles of white. We're going to start contaminating it, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to put some white here on the corner of our brush, just like that. So my brush is loaded with blue, and I'm putting some white on the corner. Okay. This is where we get to start adding clouds and streaks in our sky. So I'm going to face that blue up. And again, we're brushing long, okay? Try and reach the canvas side to side. Okay, here we go. Yep, I'm doing it again. Just put some white on that corner, and you'll have blue on the other side, okay? Face the white down and the blue up. Now here's the trick to blending. And it's hard to believe, and a lot of people are scared to do it, but I promise you'll like it. Okay, so have your brush facing down, go all the way across, and then go back up into your blue. Then go back down. Okay, so you're wanting to go up into your blue, and then back down. And that's what helps it fade. The more white you put on your brush, the more clouds and streaks you'll have in your sky. So you have fun with this and decide how much you want in it. Okay. It's pretty no matter what. It's really hard to ruin this sky. Not yet. Shh. You giving away things. You don't know. You do. Pretend you're learning something, okay? Just kidding. You've been coming too long. You're like, hold on, I know those colors. This is not right. You forgot something. Pretty sure. Okay. I'm here. All the way down. Now, as I come down here, I'm going to start getting a little bit lighter with my colors. More white and less blue. As I come down, but that's just my preference. If you want to do something different, you go for it. I am going to get my brush full of a little more white here as I come down. Keep brightening up my sky as I reach that horizon line. Remember long strokes, guys. Brush it out. If you need some help, don't be shy. Raise your hand or yell at me. I'm good with either one. Okay. Now I'm going to add some red to my brush. And again, I'm not going to rinse it, okay? As with the sky, we want these colors to come together. My red looks a little bit purple in areas. You can see how it turns purple with that blue mixed in it. It's not straight red, okay? And that's because I didn't rinse my brush. But if you want it to be a brighter red, rinse your brush, okay? I'll tell you that. It kind of depends on the shade you want. If you want it to be really bright and less purpley, rinse your brush. I'm not going to. I just went right into my blue here. I put some red on the corner, just like that, on my brush instead of white. And I'm going to brush side to side. And remember to go up into your sky and back down. Up into the sky and back down. Even though it feels backwards. That's what's going to help it fade. And it's different every time I do it. You never know where your brush is going to take you. We're just here for the ride. There we go. All right. Reach around and paint the sides while you're at it. I don't hear anybody panicking yet, so that's a good sign. Unless you're just holding it in. Remember with acrylics, you can really do anything. Let it dry a minute and go right back over it, cover anything up. It's the best. All right, now that I have my sky done, if I want to add some white clouds, all I'm gonna do, put a little white on the corner of my brush here. I'm gonna go right back into my sky, do some long streaks of white here. Okay, you can add those clouds in. You can put as much in there as you want. So kind of step back and look at it and decide if you want to add a little more white or not, or if you like it just the way it is. I see a lot of pretty skies. Good work. How you doing, Robin? We good, Paige? Awesome. 60%. Keep moving, right? Beautiful. Now, before we do our lake here, our water, we are going to put some black at the top if you want to, okay? You're giving away my secret, but I did put black and a little blue at the very top. If you look at the top of my canvas, how dark it is, okay? The reason I did that is I wanted to really bring a lot of attention to the center of my canvas where the moon is reflecting on the lake and the heart, okay? So I did the top dark to draw that attention. You don't need to. Look at your painting and decide if you want to, okay? If you don't want to make it really dark up there on the top, you don't need to. That's why I kind of leave it until after you put the sky in, because then you can look at it and decide. But I'm going to take my brush here, put some blue on it, okay? And then dip a little bit of black on the very tip of it. You want to start with a little bit just because that black will drown everything quickly. So I'm going to start here at the top with that blue and black on my brush. And I'm just going to paint that top edge and let it fade into my blue. Just the top. Start with a little bit. That way you can control it. You're in charge, kind of. Your brush does a lot of that for you. But we can try. Yep. All right. So pretty though, right? Love it. It's hard to mess up a sky. Real hard. No, no, no. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't believe it. All right. You guys ready to do the lake? You're all warmed up now. No problem. Ooh, pretty. I love the swirls. Beautiful. Hi, ladies. You snuck in here too. I didn't even see you. How are you guys? Good. Looking awesome. Beautiful. All right. So with our lake, we're going to be reflecting the sky now, okay? So we're going to paint it backwards almost. The red's going to be closer to the red, and we're going to bring that reflection all the way out. It's mirroring our sky. So we're actually going to start from the bottom of our canvas and work our way back. Okay? So just remember what you just did and do it again. You guys can do that? Yeah. Piece of cake. All right, so I'm going to put some blue now on my brush again. Rinse it out. Go ahead and rinse your brush out just to put some more water in your bristles. They start to stiffen up on us, you know? So put it in your jar, rinse it out. Give us a fresh start here. Okay. Now I'm going to, once again, just load my brush up with blue. I did wash it. Just to give it, you know, a fresh start. Like when you're reapplying your makeup, you know? Start over. You didn't? You look like that? Stop it. All right, we're going to start here. Okay, and if you want to change your heel, we traced it in for you to give you a guide. But you can change it. Okay, this right here is that little hill where your bench sits. It's this right here. Okay, if you want to change it, go for it. This is your chance. You just take that blue and you can shape it out however you want. But I'm just going to follow it with my blue. Okay, just to give me a guide. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to come back to it. And then I'm going to start brushing long again. The trick with water, believe it or not, is to have straight brush strokes. Long and straight. And the straighter and longer they are, the further away your water's going to look like it's going from you. Okay? It's going to give it more depth. So if you're brushing from side to side and keeping it long, you kind of, in your mind, you think you want to do water like this, right? Okay? But it's not going to give you that effect like you think it will. So we want to try and do long brush strokes side to side. Okay? And I go about this far before I start putting white on my brush again. Okay, so now I'm going to put white on my brush with my blue, just like I did the sky. I'm going to do long strokes. Try and give it that reflection from our sky. All the way up. Water's kind of fun once you figure it out. All right. Keep working my way up. Long strokes and then reach around and paint your sides as you go. And we'll put our moon's reflection in the water later. Don't worry about that right now. We will do it. Not about right here. I'm going to put red on my brush. Okay, and I'm not rinsing it again. I'm just going to put that red on the corner like I did with my sky. I'm going to brush side to side with my red. Same thing. And let that red meet red. We don't want to lose our horizon line, right? Unless you aren't worried about it. I'm trying not to lose it. Just so we can put our mountains and hills in there later. There we go. And now you can put more white in there, just like your sky. If you want to reflect your clouds, you put a little bit of white on your brush, just like we did in the sky. If you have any clouds, maybe you have a stormy sky and you don't need those clouds. Okay. I need a little more red. Looks good. Yep, try and brush long and straight. Mm-hmm. Up here or up here? Right here? That's my horizon line. Yeah, I didn't fill it in all the way just because I want to be able to see it. Yeah. But if you're going to move it or do something different, go for it. I just left it so I could, you know, visualize where I'm putting that in there. Yeah, Paige can come and assist. She's there for you. All right, are we about there? Let's see where we're at. Look good. Yeah. Paige has actually painted this one with me already. She's done this one. Okay, you guys are killing it. All right, if you're ready, rinse that brush out. Gonna move on to more things. Fun things. More fun things. Yeah, they don't believe us. We know nothing. All right, I'm rinsing my brush and we're gonna do our horizon line next. I'm gonna switch my brush here. I'm gonna switch to my smaller flat brush. You have one, it looks like one of these. So it's either red or it's white, but it's smaller flat. Either one works, okay? But we're gonna do our mountain on our horizon line, our little hills. You can do big mountains. We've had artists, I can't even talk. We've had artists do all kinds of things with these mountains. Mine are small hills, kind of in the distance. But if you want to do big mountains or just a straight horizon line, you can do whatever you want here, okay? But first, let's put our brush in some water. Loosen it up. Okay. I'm going to put some black on it. Now, the reason I'm using a flat brush is because they're actually easier to do lines with, okay? But you want to use the toe. Huh? You asking me? Oh. You're going to want to use the toe. That's the tippy point of your brush, okay? You'll use that toe to go straight across here. We want it as straight as we can get it, but don't panic, okay? If it's not perfectly straight, it's okay.
Are you doing it below? Oh, you're doing it above the white?
Yes. I'm just going to come straight across here. Where is yours outlined?
See how it's...
Yeah, you'll probably fill all that in. I would go right here. And then you'll do your mountains like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, so first let's do our horizon line by going straight across. I mean, as straight as we can, you know? Mine's probably slightly slanted. It's okay. Just doing our best. With black. You loved it, now you don't? What happened? Oop. We all do it. We all do it. Keep going. Okay, so I put my horizon line on first. Now we get to have fun and add our mountains or hills or whatever you want. Okay. I'm going to start just putting my hill here. I like to start on the edge. I am using the toe. I use the toe for the whole thing. It just gives me more control of what's happening. You have a nice brush. Want to switch? You brought your really nice. All right. Yeah, I didn't really do mountains. These are more hills, or I guess they could be in the distance, but. Just gonna fill it in. Just kind of have some fun with this. These mountains are not the center of attention here, so don't worry too much. They're just off in the distance. You have other things that are going to steal the show. Yeah. I mean, you can make them steal the show, make them big, majestic. But remember, stop when you're ahead, okay? All right? If you like it, stop. We like to keep going, and then before long, they're gigantic and they're taking over. Huh. Then we have nowhere for our moon. Cute. Oh, good job. Okay. I'm going to rinse my brush out. We did that to give our sky a minute to dry. I hope everyone's sky is dry. How's our sky doing? Right here? Not quite ready? Looks pretty good. Double check. I'm going to touch your sky. Okay, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right. We're ready. Let's do our moon. So go ahead and rinse your brush out. Okay. The reason we're going to do our moon first is before we do our trees, we want that moon in there. If you notice, my trees point to the moon. See the branches? Okay. We use the branches to show off the center of our canvas. See that? Now you can do it like that. You can do it however you want, but we're going to put the moon in first so you have options. Okay. Now I did a small moon. Feel free to do a big moon. You can do any size you want. All right. So we're going to put our moon in next because we kind of build off that moon. So let your mountains dry a minute. Okay. Just depending on what size moon you're going to do, you can choose your brush. We got a large flat and we have a small flat. So yeah, you can decide whichever size you want. I'm going to use my large flat and put some white on it first. We want a clean pile of white. Okay. And I'm going to put it right in the center of my sky. I kind of decide where I want it here. And the way I do my moon is I lay my brush down and spin it. Okay? If you try not to pick up your brush as you go all the way around, your brush will spin into a circle shape. So try and lay it flat and just spin that brush around. Circles are hard, okay? So we're just going to do our best, right? What happened? Oh, shoot. At least it's just water. You know, gotta look at the bright side here. I've done terrible things. Oh, to finished products. Okay, so start small. You can build on it. You can always go bigger and bigger. It already looks awesome just with the moon, right? Yeah, I love it. Try and decide how big I want mine to be. Let's see. Probably about there. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about it being perfectly covered right now. You're probably going to need another layer. Okay? That's okay. Let that dry for a minute. And then before I rinse my brush, I'm going to go straight down here to my snow. Your moon? Make it bigger then, girl. All right, just go straight down here to our snow. We're going to brush that snow on there nice and white. Or you're doing blue snow? What? Oh. Hey, it's going to be blue.
So are we going to go back to our moon?
Yes, don't worry.
So just,
Leave it. Yep. It needs another layer.
okay.
For sure. Mine needs another layer. White on white. Starting with white. We're just going to make sure our hill is on there the way we want. Then we're going to start building on it. Okay. Now we're going to do our reflection in the water. This is where people stress out. So, little pep talk, okay? When you guys are doing the reflection in the water, let's keep in mind that we want it to reflect the moon. So our reflection is going to come directly below the moon, right? Okay. And the ripples in the water, well, yeah, let's see. How do I explain this? Okay, instead of doing the same exact length of each of your strokes, which will create a square in the water, okay? You want to do long and short strokes with your brush. For example, okay, if I take my brush here with white, I'm going to use the toe, okay? And I'm going to brush side to side. And I have some short, some long. See that? Okay, you don't want them all the same. Yes. Okay, if we do them all the same, you're going to have a square reflection, which is cool. That's what you're going for. But I would suggest that you start up here at the top, lightly brush side to side. Okay. Skinny. So use the toe. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Okay. Yep. Side to side. And then we'll put color on it. Okay. Right now, this is just your white. If you notice here, okay. I like that. So once you put the white in, see how I put yellow in later and some pink. Okay. You can put color on top of that reflection later. Right now, you're just doing the white. Okay. And depending on your brush, this is going to be different for everybody. So just have some fun with it. It'll look better tomorrow. Yes. Always. Awesome. Not yet, but you will put color over the white later. This helps it be brighter. Your color will be a lot brighter. Okay? Yeah. Perfect. Don't do too much. Just let it be. All right, I'm going to rinse my brush out. Oh, we are. My goodness. Stop it. Do you want to teach this class?
No.
You get up here.
I can't.
I love you. You're hired. You just come up here. I would blend it more. I would maybe wipe your brush off so it's dried. Okay. And I would dust it side to side. Okay. And let it kind of fade into it a little more. Yep. Dust it in there. Yes. Perfect. Okay. The reason I rinsed it is just to make sure my brush is clean and white. And then you can go back to your moon and put another layer on it. Put another layer in your moon. And then I'm going to put some yellow in my moon. You can do it with me or not. Okay. But my brush is full of white. And I'm just going to put a little yellow on the corner of my brush like this. So just on that corner. Okay. And then I'm going to point that yellow down and float it around my moon. You love floating. Okay. You need to get this down so you can start teaching. Oh. All right. Float. F-L-O-A-T. Yeah. Yeah. You can put as much in there. Oh yeah, let it dry a second. Let it dry a second. Yeah, don't put your yellow in if it's not dry. Okay. Do something else with me. Rinse your brush. We're going to do our little swirl around our moon. Okay. Yeah. Don't put the yellow on yet, guys. Let it dry a minute. Okay. Rinse your big brush or your small flat, whichever one you're using. And we're going to do this here. You see the swirls around my moon? Okay. Now, if you want to do this with me, I'm going to show you how. But make sure you have a clean brush. Rinse it out. Okay. Now I'm going to put some white on the corner of my brush. And this is a very important part. Once you put the white on there, I want you to wipe it off on your plate. Okay. So put white on the corner and then wipe it off. So we don't want our brush just covered in white. Okay. Now we're going to face this white out away from our moon. Okay. And I'm going to brush around my moon. Make sure you wipe the white off before you do it because, yeah, you want it wiped off so it's not super thick. You're basically adding a haze to this. It's like a little bit of mist or reflection in the sky coming off that moon. Okay. We're going to add the thicker white later. This is just that foggy haze around your moon. Okay. That's all we're doing right now. Did you hear how to do it? Okay, put white on that corner and then wipe it off. Okay. Either one. Yeah, I did my plate, but the idea is to really have a tiny bit in your brush. So I just put a little in the corner and then wipe it off. Okay, so my brush looks like that. It's almost like it's half washed. Wow, look at you. Don't keep touching that. No, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. It won't. It will not, because look, you're going to come back and put the thicker lines in, okay, later. Yeah, so that's beautiful. Let that be. Okay, is your moon fully covered? Make sure. Okay, let it dry if it's still not done. You can always put yellow in later. Okay. Beautiful. Let's let it sit, and we're going to do our trees Everyone's excited about the trees. I know you are. No. Trees are fun, guys. Where's your sense of adventure? Okay. Now, I'm going to use my small flat for my base, okay? So grab your smaller flat, this one here. Put it in your water, loosen it up. Okay? You get to decide how many trees you want. I'm going to do 2. But I'm going to put some black here on my small flat. Do what? What you need help with? The haze? What, did you wipe off the white? Wipe it off so there's nothing on it. Start with nothing. I don't believe you. You always say this. All right, figure out where you want your trunk to be. I have one starting right here. Okay, for my trunk. And I have another one right here. Okay, so where my hill dips, that's where my trees are. Okay. All right, here we go. This is where you get to have some fun and get creative. Okay, we want our trunk to be a little bigger, right? Widen that trunk so it can stand on its own feet. Okay. Now we're going to come up here. And trees, one thing to keep in mind is that trees don't need to be straight, right? Yeah, they can be a little bit loopy and crooked. This is my small flat. Yep. Now I'm going to veer off here for my tree, right next to my moon. I just go right off my canvas. Okay. Then I start to build from there. So this is where it splits. I have a branch that splits off here into a V shape. Just like that. And I have another one that goes straight up to the corner and off. This is my small flat. So yeah, your red one or your white one, whichever one you have. They're the same. They're just different colors. All right, now I'm going to start building off of it. So I have another branch that goes right off there. And I have one that breaks off here on the bottom. I'm just doing my main branches right now. We'll use a detail brush to the little ones. Okay, these are just my bigger branches. There we go. Okay, I have one more bigger one. I'm gonna branch off this way and point towards my moon. Awesome. Don't worry too much about that trunk. You're gonna cover it with snow. All right, let's leave that tree alone unless you're still having fun. Actually, I'll give it one more here. One more branch going off that way. Okay. Let's go do our other tree. I get to do it around my camera. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. So we're going to give it a trunk. Same way. There we go. Now this one I had a little bit of fun with it and kind of let it be a little wonky. All right. Oh, perfect. Give it some personality, you know? Personality. Okay. You can't do it wrong. Telling ya. Okay. I got one here, just breaking off my canvas. And here it splits a little bit too. Right off the top. Use the toe of your brush for thinner and the flat for thicker. Okay. They already look good. I mean, we just got to add some branches. All right. Wow. That shook the whole building. Did you see that? What are you laughing at? My whole stage shook when that car came by. It's quite the sound system. I'm impressed. All right. This here, I've got one more that branches off. It's going to come right up here. Branching off here. Awesome. Now, before we add all the fun little detail branches, we're going to put our bench in. What? Yeah, we get to add all the details. Oh, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Yeah. We're going to add more branches and stuff later. These look so good already. You don't even have to. It looks good. You can put snow on there. Okay, but before we do the smaller branches, we're going to put our bench in. And you guys can be so proud of yourselves. Yeah, you just wait. Okay, so we're going to use the same small flat. So if you're done with your tree, just make sure you have your small flat handy. Okay, now what we're going to do first is we're going to make these straight lines across. That's all we're going to do. It's the same width as your small flat brush. So we're going to start at the top and go straight across. Okay, give it a little bit of separation or don't. You could do a square back if you want to. But once we get these on, then I'll show you how to put these legs in, okay? So we're going to do that first. Mine comes almost to the edge, right where it starts to slope down on either side of my hill, okay? So let's start here and just go, we're just going to go straight across, or as straight as you can, right? It's okay if our bench is a little bit wonky. We have snow and everything we're going to pile on it to hide things, so don't worry too much. Okay. Remember, we're going to pile snow on the back of this to hide any lines that are bugging you. Okay? You'll be surprised. Go straight across. Takes a little concentration, huh? I know. It gets real quiet. Okay. You already did it. Look at that. Wow. Perfect. I am. I'm going to say, am I? I don't think so. I can't be that far. Well, mine don't go all the way off the top of my canvas. Well, mine are taller. Mine go off the top of the canvas. See that? You'll be surprised. Yeah, don't give up yet. It's wriggly.
It's really big.
Oh, it's supposed to be. It's giant. Perfect. All right. I love it. It's perfect. And then you're going to stack snow in between. You'll stack snow. So it's okay. All right, switch to your detail brush if you're done with that bench, okay? Check my moon here. How's our moons going? Yeah, is it dry? Takes a hot minute to dry that thing. Okay. All right, we're going to do our small branches now with our detail brush. Okay, your detail brush is your small pointy one. So I'm going to put some black on it now. First dip it in water though, right? Always put it in water first. Acrylic gets thirsty and needs water. There we go. Okay. And now we get to add these fun branches to our trees. So let's start at the top so we don't smear our paint too much, right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna build off my branches. I'm gonna start pulling away from my branches, giving it different lengths when it comes to our thinner branches here. Can't really see them up top because we don't have snow on them yet, but you will. Yep, we're just doing little branches. I'll tell you, my art teacher always told me the more branches, the better. Yep. But it takes so much time. Okay, so yeah, you just got to make sure you do enough, but it doesn't take you ages and ages. Also, you want to create Ys. Try and create Y shapes in your branches, okay? It's another little tip. It just helps to fill space, and it won't create such a pattern. All right. Let's see. This one's gonna branch off towards my moon. Squiggly branches. Now my branches are acting as fingers pointing at my sun, okay? I'm pointing at it. You can, or moon, pointing at my sun. Sounds like something I do on the daily. The round, the ball, the round thing, okay? We're pointing at it. Let's see. How we doing? We having fun? Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. This is supposed to be fun. Trees are fun. No pressure when it comes to trees. Just see where those branches take you, right? Okay, let's see here. I'm going to add a couple up here up top. How we doing? So quiet in here. So focused. Your minds are loud. I like that. Okay. We about there? Put our legs on our bench? Yeah? Oh yeah, we gotta put some legs. Human legs. So pretty, Robin. Looks good, Autumn. Love it. Your tree's gonna look so different with the snow too. So keep that in mind. It changes it. All right. Yeah, look at you. All right. So before you rinse that brush, you're going to go straight to your bench. Okay? And we're going to start on the outside. All we're going to do is start at the very edge and do a straight line down. Okay? With black. Does it look white? Oh. Is it the glare? Sorry. Yes, this is black. Okay. I'm going to do it on both sides. Okay. Now to do the other leg, you're just going to come in slightly and you're going to start at the top of the second, what's that called? Wood row? My brain stalled. I forgot what I was saying. Okay. Slab, slat, back. Gonna start on the second one and come down. Not yet. Don't worry. It's coming. We got to add shadow and all that good stuff, right? Now, once you do that, then you can rinse your brush, okay? Nice job. Nice job. All right, I'm going to go up to my moon. We're going to finish up our moon, and we're going to finish the reflection, okay? So rinse that brush. This is where you're going to double check it in your other jar. Just make sure it's really clean. And go ahead and add the yellow to your moon now if you haven't yet. And we're going to put the swirl around it, okay? So let's do our swirl with our small detail brush. Once you have this fog around or that, around the moon, we're going to take white on our brush. And I'm going to go to that outside edge and just paint kind of a rainbow shape so it'll really stand out. Let me come look at your fog. Let's see what overdone means. Because to you, that could mean a lot of things. I love it. Let's see it. Yeah, it looks like your moon.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you need to just make that your moon.
So my moon's gonna be that big now?
Yeah, make that your moon. That's okay. Yeah. That's easy to fix. No problem. So just make it your moon, and then I'll show you your fog. You're good.
Not a big moon. It'll be like the lunar eclipse.
It's not. It's about the same size as my moon. Yeah. Yours or your mom? Yours is smaller, and that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I would do. Nope. Nope. You guys nailed it. Nailed it. You're going to put the little white around it. Do you see the white here? You can do this if you want to make it really stand out. Okay. All right, and then you can put that yellow in your moon. Okay, and now I'm going to paint over the white reflection with yellow anywhere I want. Okay. I am using my detail for this. Yeah, because if you notice here, the reflection in the water is just light strokes of yellow here. And you can add pink if you want to. Anything you want to reflect right here in your water. So I'm going to put just a little bit of yellow and do a line over the top of some of my white. See that? Another fun thing I like to do when I'm painting in water is I put the color on and then I take my finger and rub it in. Okay? That helps it fade a little bit so it's not so harsh. But it depends on how dark you want it to be. But I like to just kind of rub it in with my finger. There we go. And then you can put some red in it if you want to. And again, I rub it with my finger. What are you trying to do? Where?
Right here.
Oh, you don't want it on there?
Like, I like it, but like,
You don't want any reflection?
I
She
do.
just wants it more blended. She doesn't like how.
Oh, you just leave that. Where's your look.
not like the street.
Yeah, do this. Because you don't have any white in yet. So put a little bit on there. Okay. And just kind of blend it in. See that? Right? No, no, no. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
A little bit like that. So if you just kind of blend it in, no one will even know. See that? What do you think? Of course. Does that help? You feel better? Okay. All right. How we doing, guys? All right, let's put some reflection on our mountains. So I have white on my detail brush, and I'm just going to go right along the top of my mountains here, if you want to. Okay. Just so that there's some light from our moon, and it helps show them off a little bit, or they get lost in the background. They get lost back there. No one sees them. How's the moon?
Looking good.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't trust myself to do this.
I can show you though. I'll help you with your brush. It's all about how much is on it.
The whole-
Don't worry. It's all about how much is on it. You're okay. It's okay. It is just white. I mean, you can make it yellow if you want, red, blue. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's very good. You need to be nice to yourself, girlfriend. Be nice to yourself. Looks awesome. Okay, did you guys get all the color you want in the water?
I really don't like this.
You don't like it?
No.
Let's see.
So much white.
Too much for you?
Yeah. Like I like how yours is spaced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened.
Girl, it's the process, you know? It's
I
okay.
need, like,
Is
blue.
it dry?
I think so.
Yeah, just put some blue back in it.
Okay.
That's easy. So all I would do is put the same color you have going on right about here.
Okay.
Just brush side to side, kind of blend it in and start over.
Thank you.
Go for it. Yeah. You want to love it, right? Okay. Let's do our snow. And then we'll do our reflection. And our shadow, not our reflection. We're doing a shadow next. But we want to do our snow first. So I want you to grab your small flat. And if you're not with me, you're not ready to do it yet, don't worry. Okay? I can show you again. So just make sure your small flat is ready, cleaned. And we're going to stamp away. Snow is kind of fun like this. So I have my small flat brush. It's all clean, ready to go. Okay. And we'll start in the trees. That way we get good at it before you do the bench that's front and center, you know? So let's put some white on our brush. And when we do snow, we want to try and stamp it on there. You can brush it if you want. I like the stamp look because it looks like it's piled on the branches when you stamp. Okay, so I'm going to start here and first stamp around the base of my, what's that called? Trunk. Thank you. You guys have to help me. Okay, so we're going to just stamp there. So it looks like the snow is kind of piled up along the base of our trunk. Okay. Just stamp it on there. Awesome. Okay. Now just visualize where you feel that snow will settle. Okay. So I've noticed when I'm out in the woods, when I actually get out there, that it settles a lot of times in between the branches. Okay. It kind of stacks itself there. So I'm going to put a lot of my snow just along those branches, and I'm just stamping it on there. Totally changes the look of our tree once we start doing this. Okay. And you're welcome to brush it as well. You just got to do what works for you. They both look great. It's just different ways of doing it. And you can put just a little bit or a lot, whatever you're feeling. So remember, wherever you put snow, it's really going to emphasize those branches. So if you don't want a branch to stand out, if you don't like a branch, don't put snow on it. It'll look further away. Hide it, okay? You put snow on it, everyone's going to see it. Oh. Okay. And if you don't like the snow, you can always paint black over it later, you know? So don't be too afraid of it. It's an easy fix. Just melts away. Okay, I'm going to do the base of my trunk on the other side. Same thing. We're just stacking that snow. It dumps heavier in some areas, huh? Nature. So unpredictable.
Oh no.
All right. When you're done with that, we're going to go straight to our bench. Okay. So don't worry about rinsing your brush just yet. We're going to go right to our bench and just stamp some of that snow along the top of our bench. Like it just settled on the back there. It can be heavy or light. That's why we do the snow. They hide. And then you're like, oh, look at there. I can show that branch off now. And then there's some pile up here around the little legs. Thank you. You guys are really helpful. All right. Hey, doing two things at once up here, you know? Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to do it. Okay. All right. right, you guys are pros now, so shadows shouldn't be anything, right? Piece of cake. You ready to see your moon? You can do it. You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna show you. You'll be surprised. Okay. I have total faith in you here. So I'm gonna just put a little bit on there. You just want to wipe it off. Like literally off. Okay. You're gonna face it out. And you're just gonna dust. See how little it is? And you're gonna go around like this, all the way around. Okay. Yep. There you go. You did it. Yep. And brush back and forth. Yep. Just kind of float it around. You'll be surprised when it dries that it shows up. Because it's hard to believe that you're actually getting a haze around it. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And then you add the white to just help it stand out. You know what I mean? Okay, guys. I'm going to put some blue on my brush now. So once you're done, you can leave the white on there if you want, or you could rinse it off. Okay. We're going to do our shadow. And our shadow needs a little blue and white. So I have white on my brush here. I'm going to put a little bit of blue on that corner. And then let's wipe some of it off, okay? Because we want to start very light with our shadow. So I just like to brush off my blue so it's not too thick. And we're going to focus our shadow under our bench first, right? So I'm going to brush from side to side just under my bench. Okay, give it a shadow there. I'm going to start brushing away. The goal with our shadow is to brush long strokes side to side and start bringing it in as we get further away. So as you start to get away from your bench, you're going to get smaller. So I'm going to start bringing it in a little bit here and let it fade out. Okay, and you can decide how much shadow you want. Okay, I just envision that it's blocking the moon a little bit right here, casting a shadow on my hill. Don't be too afraid of this because you can put white over it if you don't like it later, okay? You can just cover it up. Okay, so just have a little bit of fun with it. You won't know till you try it what you like. Okay, start with just a little bit of blue and brush side to side. I'm going to do it in front of my trees as well. Okay, I'm going to brush side to side as if the moon is casting a little bit of a shadow there. Start small. You can always go back over it with white, right? Okay. I always start pretty small and slowly add where I see I want more blue. You are good. Yeah, just blend it in, girl. Oh, good work. You covered it well. You gonna go back in? What do you think? You can't decide yet?
I don't know if I trust myself.
I can help you if you want me to. I can guide you. All right, guys. We're on the home stretch. Wow. Look how pretty. Okay. I am actually going to add something scary to my shadow. And you guys decide if you want to do it with me, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of black under my tree. So I'm going to put some black here on the very tippy point of my brush. Just like this. Little bit of black. I'm going to come right here under my tree and brush it a little bit just at the base. Okay. It gives it a fun reflection. I'm using my flat brush. Okay. And I put a little black on the tip of it and then wipe it off. So you want to start very light with it. Okay. So I put some on there and I wiped it off. And then we're going to dust. Just imagine you're dusting, you know, the top of your furniture here. Just gently dusting. I mean, I have to dust hard when I'm doing my furniture, so never mind. Bad example. Feather duster, guys. Here we go. But I'm just going to slightly brush back and forth, and it's going to get narrower as I come away from my tree, and it gives it that fun reflection in the snow. I just kind of like it. Now, this is optional, and it's a little bit scary, so be nice to yourself if you're going to try it. Oh. All right. I'm also going to add black right along the very tippy edge of my hill under my bench to really give it a dark shadow. Again, this is optional if you want to do that. Okay, it gives it that stark shadow just right directly under that bench. Just little details, you know? All right. Good work, guys. We're going to put our heart in there. You guys ready to do a heart? We're pushing it now. Just a little too much. After all that, no hearts. Nope. All right, if you want to do the heart with me, all right, grab your detail brush and we'll do it with our detail. But make sure you have your shadows on there the way you want first and you like it. You good? Ooh, look at you. Love it. Are you loving it? So pretty. Good work. How we doing, Robin? Ooh. Does look like a bench. You know what I would do? First of all, I think I would bring your hill up a little more. Maybe closer. You know?
Yep.
Just slightly closer. I'd bring it up right here. Curve it, and then add your shadow underneath it, and I think you'll be surprised. I think it just needs to be closer to that edge. Yeah, because it does look like a bench. It's very cute. Good work. Ooh, I like the red. Awesome, guys. Are you guys cold over here? You made it in. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Are you guys cold, though? The side of the room gets cold. Okay, you're okay. All right. You guys are flying. I'm so impressed. Okay, so I'm going to paint my heart next, and my heart is going to be painted white first. Okay. The reason we want to paint it white first is so the red really stands out against the blue. Otherwise, you may end up with a purple balloon, which is totally fine if that's what you're going for. I mean, you can do anything you want. But I'm going to do it white first. Kind of decide where you want that balloon. Okay. Mine lines up just here with the edge of my bench. Okay. And I'm just going to take my detail brush, shape it out here. That's all we're doing. We're just going to shape out a heart. Okay. Shape out your heart. Okay. You attempted it? Or you are attempting it? No. You can do it. Oh, I have faith in you. I'm just going to fill it in real quick here. We'll add shadow and color in a minute. All we're going to do is a heart first. You what? Oh, man, I know. It's a balloon, though, so it doesn't have to be a perfect heart, right? It can be a little lopsided. Oh. Yeah, it's a defect. No, it's helium. It's helium, Mom. Hey, whoa. Holy cow. You know what? I find painting hearts is easier than drawing them. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like the brush moves with your wrists better. But I mean, that's a preference. That's a thing. Okay, we're going to let that dry. And while it's drying, we're going to put our snow in. If you want to. I'm just going to take my brush and flip it around. Use the back of it. We're just going to let that heart dry for a minute. I haven't done the string yet, but when I do, I'm going to do it with my detail brush in black. Yeah. So I'm going to flip my big brush around. I'm going to use the back of it, dip it in my white, get a good chocolate chip here. Okay, you see my chocolate chip? Start at the top, and we're just going to stamp snowflakes. Oh no, this is the easiest, most fun part ever. You can put as many as you want in here. Do you want to do the flicky? You can do the flicky. Who wants to flick?
No.
Are you the only, you're the only one that wants to flick. I'm an idiot. I love flicking. This was before we did the flick. This was 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've come a long way. Hey, Paige, will you grab her a toothbrush? She wants 2 toothbrushes. Anyone else need a toothbrush? For flicking? Another one over here. And I can show y'all what this means. Paige, bring me one too, because I can tell some people are like, wait, what? Toothbrushes? Bookers. Yeah, it is kind of fun. I mean, now I would totally flick this most likely. Yeah. I like that. The storm. All right. Okay. Well, mine is snow. All right. Thanks, Paige. Okay, if you do want to flick, okay, here's the toothbrush. You're going to want to put it in water and really thin out your white. Okay? So I like to dip it in water, thin it out, like I'm brushing the teeth here on my plate. Nice and thin. Yep. Then you're going to face it towards your canvas. It feels backwards because you're going to pull towards you. So you're going to face it towards your canvas and flick. Okay? And that's going to give you, so you can see. What? I doubt it. Do you need some? Where? What? Where you need it?
I want to get off the snow.
It won't come off. It won't. The white sticks. It looks really pretty. I wouldn't. Do you want to flick it?
I would like it.
No. You can do it though. All right. Yeah. I like it. All right. If you guys want to flick, now that you know how, do you want to flick? All right. Hold up your hand if you want to flick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Paige, will you pass them out? It is a lot of fun. We love to do it. So if you're digging the flick, Miss Paige will bring it to you. That's going on a t-shirt. I'm so proud of myself. Cammie's gonna love it. Okay. Do you like it better? See? Look at you. You got to keep going, man. That's when that 60%. When you flicked it? Really? Oh, that is the worst, though, when you get a bad flick. Oh, it is the worst. Yeah, you can get a bad one. It's for sure. I've done it. So always test it on your plate, guys. Test it on your plate. Right? Was it the Christmas one you did? Yep. It still turned out really cute, though. You saved it. You guys, I am just incredibly impressed. These looked so good. I am in love. So good. Where? You're seeing things. You know what? You just need to like stamp those suckers. See? Just stamp them. I love it. All right, if your heart is dry, you can paint it red, but just make sure it's dry. It's the last thing we're going to do, guys, before we sign our name and give ourselves a round of applause. So, make sure you are your mother's daughter. You know that? Okay, my heart is ready. I'm going to paint my heart red. Now that it's dry, you can use your detail. I'm using a small flat. Yeah, paint it red. Good work. Let me get pictures. Do you mind? Oh, sorry about that, y'all. Got real quiet. There we go. Yeah. Can you do that for me? Go around. Just take pictures. Just as many as you want. Yeah. So good. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow to my heart. So before I rinse this brush, okay, I'm going to take this brush full of red and put a little bit of black on the corner. Just a little tiny touch, okay? And again, I'll wipe it off on my plate. I'm going to face, this is what helps it look a little bit more like a balloon, okay? I'm going to face it down against that edge. See how it gives it that dark shading? Right along the edge. You can also do this with your line brush if you want to just outline it instead of floating. This is floating, okay? So if you prefer to just get that tiny little detail brush and do a black line around that bottom edge, you can do that too. Sometimes it's a little easier. All right. Now we've got to give it, you know, a little triangle here at the base. Okay? Make it look like a balloon. So, grab your detail brush, put a little bit of red there at the base of your balloon. Create a little triangle shape. And then we're going to do our string. So we're going to rinse that brush and put some black on it. Oh man, it's all about pressure. Pressure, pressure. So you see my hand here. Okay, if I'm pushing really hard with my brush, I'm going to get a thick line, huh? Okay, if I'm really light with my pressure, okay, you're going to get a thinner line, okay? So you want to try and press as light as you can, and it's hard. So just be nice to yourself, girlfriend. You can do this. It's okay if it's a thicker line. You can do a straight one down, or you can kind of swirl it. Just do whatever you're feeling. Okay. I wrap mine around the back of my bench here. It's a little detail that no one's going to notice but me. But if you want to do that with me, just kind of wrap it around there. This one? Is it? I think you're right. Okay, once your string is done, guys, you're almost there. I'm going to rinse my brush, put some white on it. Last little detail here for our heart. I know, I'm doing a lot of things. Okay, so I'll put a little white here. And I'm going to do a reflection on my balloon from my moon here, right along the top. Just a little rainbow shape. Mine isn't dry. Are you using a detail? Oh, you're floating it. So maybe it needs to be dry. Yeah. Yeah, if you're floating, you'll want it drier. And then I'm going to just follow the outside edge of my string a little bit with some white so it stands out. These are extra details, not necessary, but I'm going to teach it to you if you want to do it. Yeah. I'm going to follow that string. That's how you can see it on the back of the bench. Wow, are you so proud of yourselves? These are beautiful. I seriously got paint on my pants and I'm wearing an apron. How does that happen? Okay, last thing we do, we encourage everyone to sign their work, right? Because you are an artist and you did an incredible job. And tomorrow, you're not going to believe you did this. You're going to look at it in shock. Okay? So I'm going to put my name on here. And you guys take your time. I'm going to walk around if anyone needs some help. If you want to take pictures, I can take a picture for you. If you have questions, don't be shy. Holler at me. But thank you so much for painting with me. You guys did phenomenal. I'm so proud of you.